Good evening, folks, and a hearty welcome to our drive-in theater. We have a wonderful evening's entertainment lined up for you, one that will provide several hours of pleasurable relaxation and diversion for you and your family. Did you fail to dress up for tonight's show? No tie, an old shirt and slacks, a house dress? Well, don't give it a thought. We're glad you came as you are. We just want you to enjoy yourselves. Don't forget to visit our refreshment center during the intermission or any time. You love the tasty array of snacks we have to offer. So will the youngsters. Everything is quality and so good. We hope you'll make this a weekly visit. Bring the family. Bring your friends. There are always wonderful new pictures to see, delightful snacks to nibble, a gay, pleasant evening for all. Oh, a word of caution. Don't drive over 10 miles an hour in the theater area for your safety's sake. And Mom or Pop, go with the kids when they leave the car. We hope you have a wonderful time. Come back soon.
It's 4 minutes till showtime.
Hey, fellas, don't fight over that hot dog. There's plenty for everyone. Big, plump, and juicy, wrapped in an oven-fresh bun. Add mustard, relish, ketchup, and go to work. Yes, the hot dogs at our refreshment center are the best you'll find anywhere. Everybody agrees on that.
It's 3 minutes till showtime.
Thirsty? The refreshment stand is open with everything to satisfy your taste buds. Here's the menu: the hottest, freshest, crunchiest popcorn, each kernel popped to its fullest with that real movie time taste. Cold drinks. You'll find your favorite ice cold, tasty, and thirst quenching. And hot dogs, hamburgers, and candy too. Now a short intermission, so you'll have time to make your selection before the show begins.
It's 2 minutes till showtime.
Your attention, please. All new hotshot electric in-car heaters have been installed for your comfort and convenience. Just insert heater through car window and turn on the switch. When leaving, please turn switch off and replace on speaker post. Warning, high voltage. For your own safety, do not attempt to repair or remove wires. Do not attempt to open heater unit. If you need assistance, please notify the theater box office or concession manager.
Top quality hamburgers, the most popular snack in the country. We serve them plain or garnished to your taste.
There are words men live by, words of strength, of wisdom, and of peace. We urge you to find the spiritual comfort and guidance we all so greatly need by attending your place of worship regularly.
Just 1 minute to go.
And now, on with the show.
No, that's not big enough. No, that's not big enough either. That's more like it. We're delighted to have you with us, and we extend a cordial welcome to you. We've lined up the top stars from Hollywood and from all over the world to entertain you on our giant screen with the new, colorful motion pictures you've been hearing about and reading about. To add to your enjoyment, we're all wound up to bowl you over at intermission time with live wire service at our snack bar, where you'll find a tempting variety of favorite foods and beverages. Your continued patronage is very, very welcome.
Hello, fellow humans. Oh, of course, I'd like to also send out a greeting to all the non-human identifying sentient creatures who may be watching. In fact, any non-sentient creatures who may be out there enjoying our stream today. Let's give you a quick breakdown on what we're doing. Up here in the top left corner, we got the 50-cent Comet Nano with a €50 guarantee. Top right, we've got the €1 Falling Star Bounty with a €250 guarantee. Bottom left, we have the 55-cent Abyss Nano, €20 guarantee. I haven't played that one. I was going to say I haven't played it before, but my records in my bankroll tracker auto-completed when I tried to type the name. So clearly I have played it before. I just don't remember playing it before. I don't play it very often. Let me put it that way. I don't play it very often. So those are the three games we're in at the moment. We are currently playing €2.05, €2.05 bankroll at the moment. Yeah, we're gonna have some fun for a few hours this afternoon. Thanks for coming by and joining us. Let's head over to the main screen so we can actually see what's going on the poker tables. This is the Abyss Nano. As I was saying, yeah, we'll get rid of the Queen 9 there while we're at it. This is the Falling Star Bounty. And here we've got the Comet Nano. Our old friend that we play all the time, the Comet Nano. So I flipped past this one with a pair of deuces in the Falling Star Bounty. I late regged in this. We're past registration period. You know what? I'm actually going to reshove my 20-odd big blinds. And going to get through, I think, a fair bit. Binkage! Nice one, nice one, nice one, nice one. Alrighty, so that gives us some chips. We late regged in that one, so we were already kind of on our back feet with that one because we came in with only like 30 big blinds anyway. So, so yeah, that's nice to pick up a little bit chips there. Gives us a bit of breathing room for a while. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. So I believe we should be on a 3-minute delay today. Back to our delay period, and just 3 minutes. No 4-year delay anymore. 4 years was. I had some people complaining on my Twitter timeline that 4 years was too long of a delay, and I guess I can see your point. So yeah, we're back to the normal 3-minute delay today. Get rid of the Queen 6 here. I've actually got a pair of 10s that we're playing in the Comet. We have flopped the overpair to the board, so pretty happy about that. It gets checked to us, so we're going to put in our value bet on the flop. Take it down. Puts us a little bit above start stack and Comet. We've been doing okay. We've took some chips off Yevy. He's been playing super loose. Got it in with us a few times where he probably shouldn't have gotten it in with us. But yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I'm trying to figure out why I recognize the name Flip Like Lanny. I'm sure we were talking about that player in chat recently, but I can't remember who it was that we were talking about when we were talking about a Flip Like Lanny. Mathram, maybe? I'm not sure. Anyways, yeah, be curious to know who Flip Like Lanny here in the top left corner is. I noticed him as soon as I sat down at the table. I'm like, we talked about you, dude. We were talking about you, dude. You might notice I am playing under Card Check today, which is a slightly different avatar than I am typically playing under. I was sort of having a bit of a superstition crisis earlier, where I was going to change my avatar, and I was looking and going, well, Ken Gillies won me so much money over the last couple of days. But then I'm like, it's got nothing to do with the avatar, guys. It's, it's the, in theory, I hope, the person behind the avatar. That said, I do think one of the interesting aspects of I lost my train of thought for a second. Yeah, I lost my train of thought. Oh well. So I didn't really play any games yesterday. I think I might have jumped in a couple of free rolls yesterday, but I might not even have done that. I can't remember if I played anything at all yesterday. Had a fairly busy day off the felt doing other things. Mondays usually are for me. So of course we did the lovely 25 game stream yesterday, which was quite a bit of fun, I think. Alrighty, so we got a pair of aces and we got action in front of us. So we're gonna throw in a 3x 3-bet from the big blind here and see what we get. Surprised that Yave didn't come in. I was expecting to get a call behind. He's been like really cally, really stationy. Yes, that's sort of what I expected Patlak to do. And we're just going to tank for a couple of minutes to Hollywood a tiny amount. And we're going to shove over top of him. Dude, ace jack. Dude, that's a pretty... I mean, I don't like to criticize other people's players, but other people's play, but calling off ace jack there is pretty loose, I think, at that stage. Especially in the Comet, which is, of course, a one and done freeze out tournament. So, yeah, you've got a chance to double up your stack there if I'm bluffing you, which is, unlikely. Or if I happen to be doing that with like nines or something, and you're racing against me and you come out. But yeah, no, that's pretty wide. It's a pretty wide range to be calling off with there, especially given the number of blinds we got. That that was a pretty unnecessary stack off, I think, in that case. But hey, I appreciate the chips. Thanks, dude. I appreciate the chips. Added some chat in the, or some commands in the chat now from Nightbot. I strapped Nightbot down and beat some sense into it, so he's a little less aggro now, I think. Takes 10 emotes to be called an emote spammer now. Might even jump that up because I don't mind people spamming the odd bit of emotes every now and again when good things happen. So what else did we do? I put my contact information in. I put some personal details about me in. I hope I didn't give away too much identifying information in that who am I description there. It's I know it's pretty specific on where I live and all that stuff, but you know. Put in some information about the challenge we're running here. Get rid of the King 10, I think. Yeah, the link. I put a link in the challenge info that goes directly as a read permission on my tracking spreadsheet. So you can look at my graph. You can look at the data that feeds my graph. I will say it's not 100% complete. You'll notice that I say that I opened my account on November 27th, I mean, and you'll notice in the tracking spreadsheet, I don't actually start tracking data until sometime in December. I didn't track right from the beginning, but rest assured, anything that wasn't tracked was tiny little penny bounty, small min cash type wins. My main, I think my first big cash was a min cash in one of the UOS Nano events. And it was shortly after that I decided I should probably start tracking this, so I've got, a record of what's been going on. So at that point I started going, and what that also means is that the early numbers are fudged a little bit. You'll see that for a while my bankroll was, according to the spreadsheet, a negative number, which technically isn't possible since I'm free rolling this puppy and I haven't made a deposit, so it is impossible for me to go below zero on my bankroll. However, the reason for that is because I don't actually have all the exact figures from the early times, so my starting point was basically zero. I lost a couple of tournaments at the beginning, then I banked it up. But the total number is always within 5 cents of what it shows on my Unibet bankroll screen. So yeah, we've got the got that going. So we flop middle pair here on the Comet, and we've got our active dude betting full pot into us. Now, when he's done that in the past, it's generally been because he's hit a minor piece of the flop, but has generally not hit a huge amount of the flop. That said, we've got Paul Day shoving in over top of us here, so I think our pair of jacks is probably about as bad as you can get at this point. Wow. Okay. Yave was definitely stronger on that. Stronger there than he has been previously when he's potted. So I'll have to file that one away in the brain as well. Oh, so that's interesting. So it turns out, and this is actually a really good idea. I just hadn't realized that they did it. The chat widget I'm using from Streamlabs to display my chat filters out all the Nightbot stuff from my chat window on the stream. Interesting. Ah, and more interesting, we have flopped a set of fours here in the abyss. Now we have turned the house fours full of deuces. So we're pretty happy. And we're just going to call behind here. We're going to let Margaret stay in the pot as well. For the record, Margaret's a player that we play against quite a bit as well. Pretty sure I saw her in the DeVitch Free League, Free Roll League as well. So we're obviously raising whatever Jonas bets. The question is how much. I mean, we want value from this. We want as much value as we can find, frankly. So I actually think I'm going to go fairly chunky with a three-quarter pot value raise here. Maybe I should have gone a little smaller there to try to get him to call off. I don't know. Maybe he wasn't calling anything. Maybe he was never calling. Maybe he was never calling anything there. I don't know. I've been muted for ages, so I apologize for that. I apologize for that, although I think I'm apologizing to myself in this case because I think I'm the only one watching, but that's cool. If there's somebody else out there watching the stream, say hello in chat, please. Not that it matters. I mean, you can lurk if you want as well. I don't really mind. I'm here streaming because I'm here streaming, not necessarily because I want people watching me. Don't mind people watching me, but don't need people watching me either. I am going to throw out a bit of Twitter PR. Alrighty. Hello, hello, hello. Looks like we got one more viewer out there now. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on where in the world you happen to be. Maybe it's good night. Maybe it's the middle of the night for you as well. Who knows? I just welcome you either way. Let's see. I suppose if you're in Europe, it's probably getting late into the evening for you. Here's your Canadian. You're sort of sitting in the early to late afternoon, depending on what part of the country you happen to be sitting in. Guess if you're Australian or Russian, you might be in the middle of the night right now as well. So or Chinese maybe. Anyone from Asia? So yeah, it's depending on where you are. It could be good morning, could be good afternoon, could be good evening, could be good night. We have 3 games going at the moment. We are playing the Falling Star Bounty, as you see here. We have also got the Comet Nano, 50-cent buy-in, 50 euro guarantee, and we've also got the Nano Abyss, 55-cent buy-in, a 20 euro guarantee. So I'm mostly playing, these days I am mostly playing the large buy-in Nano events. We're getting our money in the Falling Star with Ace Jack. Hello, Addy. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Good to see you. Good to see you. I just got a nice double up in the Falling Star. I am about to pick up a nice pot in the Comet as well. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are having some fun playing the pokers on Unibet. Playing the 20 euro guarantee Abyss Nano, the 50 euro guarantee Comet Nano, and the 250 euro guarantee Falling Star Bounty, where we just doubled up with Ace Jack. And I was actually watching on the table, so frankly, I don't know how we doubled up with Ace Jack, but we did. So let's go back and have a look at how we doubled up with Ace Jack. Oh, we got what? Oh, because the ace came. Cool. We got shoved on by, or we got called off by King Jack on that hand, and so we were dominated. We flopped the ace, and even though the king came on the river, we were ahead. Cool. Nice double up there. Keeps us alive. We still only got like 20 big blinds, but we're still alive there. And as we know, we can get there from pretty much any size stack we might have. What are we playing? We are playing the Abyss Nano, 20 euro guarantee. We are playing the Falling Star Bounty, 250 euro guarantee. And we are playing the Comet Nano, 50 euro guarantee. Doing reasonably well in all three of them at this point. We have got decent stacks. Falling Star is a pretty turbo-y type deal at this point. So we've only got 20 big blinds, but that's not that big of a deal here. And there's quite a few stacks less than us. We are 21 away from the money which means there's going to be 35 players getting paid. We are currently 38 out of 56 in that one. As we can see in the Comet Nano here, we're 8 of 25 with 9 places getting paid there. The Abyss is a relatively small field, only 20 people entered. We're 6 of 15 with 4 places getting paid there. So we're just a little bit out of the money on that one, but that's not a big deal either, I don't think. Yeah, I figured it'd be somewhere around early evening-ish, early to mid-evening in the UK. So I wonder if we should test out the music integration. I know it's gonna mute my playback on the recording if we do, but look and see if there's anything else going on that I want to reg into here. What else have we got? So we're in the Comet Nano. We're in the Abyss Nano. Yeah, why not? Let's jump into Zenith. Never played Zenith. We're going to jump in the 100 euro guarantee Zenith as well. So we are in the 100 euro guarantee Zenith. That's one. All right, this is a new one for us, folks. Let me get that up on screen so we can have a look at that one. So this one is the 100 euro Zenith. €1 buy-in. €1 buy-in. And this will be the Zenith. Alrighty, we are in the Zenith. The €1 Zenith, ladies and gentlemen. €100 guaranteed up top. And I'm going to put in a raise in my first hand with Queen 10. Picked up a pair of kings on the Falling Star bounty table. We are definitely putting in a raise with that. We basically only have a shove that's credible from our stack size, I think. So I think the shove's going to get called lighter than a raise is going to get called there. So I'm not actually sure we want to get called even with kings there, frankly, because anything can happen, and it's just nice to pick up chips when you pick up. But of course, we always like to double up too. So it's one of those tricky ones. So on that Zenith hand that we raised King 10 on first, we flopped an open-ended straight draw and C-bet and took it down on the flop. Just to keep you up to date on what was going on down there. Picked up ace queen on this table now as well, which I think we're in a spot now where, again, we're just going to reshove for the isolation play here. Given our stack size, we don't have a lot of other moves. We fold. We can call behind there, maybe, but we sort of have to pretty much go aggro on any flop if we're going to do that, I think, and be credible about it. So I think our best bet is just to isolate shove there pre-flop, frankly. Addy, be curious to know about that one. That ace queen there. I think isolation shove pre-flop is my best. Always going to be my best move there. But let me know if you disagree. I mean, I'm not in terrible shape if I call behind with the ace queen there. I'm not in terrible shape on a lot of boards necessarily. But I just think given my stack size, I put myself in a lot of spots where I might. I mean, I'm probably getting that stack in eventually anyways with that, or I'm folding out, or I'm planning to fold out when I miss the flop, which doesn't seem like a very good strategy. So I don't know. Curious. So we have got €3.05 rolling right now on the tables, which is probably more than I've had in play at any given time since before, well, prior to when I won the when I did so well in the Davich free roll or Stream League stuff on Saturday. So we're 14 to go to the money now in the Falling Star. So we're gonna start to be. I mean, I'm still in. I'm in a spot where I'm in a cashing position, but I could easily drop down below. I don't want to be too nitty for ICM purposes quite yet because we're still a ways off the bubble. But I equally don't want to be putting my stack at risk for silly reasons or in spots where it's not necessary to put myself at risk. So it's going to be a bit of a balancing act, I think, in the Falling Star for the next few minutes. Got a pair of fives, and we're gonna try to take Zocker's bounty. I think we're calling off, even though parent is also in, or play to pay rent. Parent, pay rent, parent. So I think we're gonna have the best hand on this flop most of the time, but again, we're in a spot where we are potentially, yeah. Yeah, I should have reshoved my fives pre-flop. Yeah, I'm glad I got out of the way. Although, we've just put in a bet on the with aces on the Abyss table, and we got called off by Margaret. And we're going to c-bet that flop with our nut diamond and our overpair. We're going to keep putting the pressure on. And I think we probably check behind on this flop, or on this river, just because there's probably not as much value there for us anymore. And we lose to the queen, of course. You know, that's a pretty gross spot. That's a pretty gross spot. So let's run through the tables again that we're playing. What do we got? We got the €100 guarantee Zenith. €1 buy-in. We got the 55-cent buy-in at €20 guarantee Abyss Nano. We got the €1 buy-in, €250 guarantee Falling Star Bounty. And we got our old friend, the €50 guarantee Comet Nano for 50-cent buy-in. I will probably play some of the smaller buy-in events, some of the smaller nanos. For the record, I am all in the Zenith with Ace-Queen suited. It is really short stacked. I'm like 10 big blinds when I bought into this. I didn't realize I was quite as short as I was. It's a lesson for y'all out there. Look at that. When you late reg into a tournament, look at the structure, look at the blinds that you currently have, look at your stack, and figure out whether you're actually buying more than 10 big blinds or not. Because I pretty much didn't. Well, that's not true. I think I bought 20. Which is still pretty low for the buy-in. I'm also doing laundry today in the background, so when I'm off on breaks, I'm probably going to be taking stuff out of the washer and putting it in the dryer. Got a couple of nice hands going on here. I'll flop top pair on the Comet table, and bottom set on the Abyss table. And we take the stack on the Abyss, and we're in the process of getting there, I think, on the Comet. I think we just got to call this off. We've been calling him down since the river. He's been betting into us, and I think we just have to keep calling with our ace. Yep. Yep. Even though it's suited, I don't like the fact that it's ace-7. Those are crappy. Those are really crappy. I mean, I actually rather an ace-3, ace-4, ace-deuce than an ace-6, ace-7 hand, frankly. Even though the 7 is technically better, there's a lot more that can happen with the ace-3. A lot more ways to connect it to a flop. I guess that's one of these sort of early poker concepts that's initially counterintuitive for people. But of course, it's not all that counterintuitive once you start to think about odds and things like that. But the idea that you're happier to be in a pot with, say, 6-7 suited than you are with ace-7 is counterintuitive to most starting players because, the ace is the highest card in the deck. So if you have an ace, you beat any hands that don't have an ace in them and aren't paired. So it's got to be better than a 6-7 because it's a higher ranking. And there's some logic to that, and it obviously makes sense from a very primitive level. But yeah, of course, we all know once you get even the slightest bit farther into poker, you recognize that it's not all about the direct strength of the hand, and it's more about how the hand connects with the board cards. So we are all in again in the Zenith. It's like I say, it's going to be a fairly quick. It's going to be all in or fold in the Zenith for the most part, and we have doubled up. That's makes our life a little nicer. We're past the rebuy period in the Zenith now. Late reg is over. So we are done. We have got 9 places getting paid in the Zenith, it looks like. So we did flop a pair, middle pair. We're probably going to see one street at least. Problem is we're at such a high blind level at the moment that I just got to get out of the way there. I'm either got to reshove. I've either got to take my 5 as the best hand and just reshove, which I think actually turns it into a bluff, or just get out of the way when he bets there. I guess I could lead out into him. For the record, we are hand for hand on the bubble in the Falling Star Bounty. min cash in that puppy is 129. We have not got any bounties in that yet, for the record. We are on the comment table, and Boris is once again playing hard with us, so we are not going to shove, but we are going to put in a raise on this. And I guess we're just going to call off behind here. I think he's going to have a 10 sometimes. I think he's doing this on air a fair bit based on what I've seen him play. This could be a really bad call, but we're there anyways. Yeah, Jack 10. Alrighty, so we are on break. I'm going to send you off to some commercials here real quick. Now, I do warn you, coming up on this one, there is a little bit of weird sound editing. Back in the 70s in the U.S., they used to adjust the sound level on commercials sometimes to make it louder so that it got people's attention. That became illegal, so you can't do it anymore. But yeah, at the time, so be prepared. There's weird sound fluctuations in these ads coming up on this. But this is more of the Brady ads. So here you go.
What are we drinking, my lord? An orange soda, the Shasta, the beat of good. You really should try it, the flavor's just right.
Orange soda, just one of 14 great Shasta flavors.
Oh, you're looking over an orange soda, the Shasta, the beat of good. You're looking over an orange soda, the Shasta, the beat of good.
It's the Action Kid. What in the world are they up to now?
Let's get right down to business.
Business? What business?
Fun business!
The Fun Pack Carry-All Action Playset by Marks. Look, this opens up the wild action world of Fort Apache. With Indians, cavalrymen, shell-shooting cannons. And here are the Fighting Knights, with a real drawbridge, knights, Vikings, and rock-throwing catapults. Here's the boot camp, with tank, jeep, bullet-shooting machine guns, and 80 soldiers. Or land a helicopter at Cape Kennedy. Fire the rockets, back the space missile into the launching pad, and start the countdown. It's off into space. Zoom! Get Fort Apache. Get the Fighting Knights. Get the boot camp. Get Cape Kennedy. Get all four. And carry your own world of action wherever you go. The Rugged Steel Carry-All Action Playsets by Marks.
Gasket?
Gas.
French?
French.
Hungry?
I am hungry. Twix? Well, that's not our usual snack.
Just try it.
Twix Cookie Bars, the chocolate candy with the cookie crunch. Rich milk chocolate over creamy caramel.
I love chocolate and caramel.
And that Twix Cookie Crunch.
Mmm. Twix tastes
good.
Great. Twix Cookie Bars, the chocolate candy with the cookie crunch.
Next year, thousands of young athletes from all over the world will be leaving their homes to follow that great dream, the Olympic dream.
That's the way it should be. I'd like to see the whole world smiling with me. Coca-Cola adds life. Have a Coke and a smile. A Coke and a smile makes me feel good.
To all the young men and women participating in next year's Olympics, your Coca-Cola bottler would like to wish you good luck.
That's the way it should be. I'd like to see the whole world smiling with me. Coca-Cola adds life. Have a Coke and a smile.
You get a burst of fruit flavor from Starburst fruit juice. You get a burst of fruit flavor from the very first chew. Starburst fruit juice. You get a burst of fruit flavor with orange, lemon, strawberry too. And lime. A burst of fruit flavor from the very first chew. burst of fruit flavor from the very first chew.
Hey, look, it's Rosie Greer. Boy, is he big. I bet you he orders a Burger King double beef hamburger, because it's got twice the beef.
Well, I'll bet he orders a double beef cheeseburger.
Come on, a guy that big has got to order a double beef Whopper.
One double beef hamburger, a double beef cheeseburger, and a double beef Whopper.
Oh.
Alrighty, we are back. Some Brady Bunch commercials for you there. That the one that kicked it off there with Greg Brady with the big perm hair doing the "What Are We Drinking, My Lord" for Shasta Cola. If you can think of a more 70s thing in the world than that, I'd love to see it, because frankly that just epitomizes the 70s from my perspective. There is nothing in this world that is more 70s than that ad. There is nothing in this world that is more 70s than Greg Brady doing weird dancing in a very strange medieval-ish royal court type setting about Shasta. I mean, I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall of the marketing meeting that came up with the concept for that commercial. I mean, yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. I would love to be have been a fly on the wall of whatever meeting that commercial was pitched at, because Jesus, they were obviously doing some fun drugs before that one, I think. Alrighty, now that we're back from break, let's run through our games again. We got the Comet Nano going on up here right now, as you can see on the top table here. Boris has been beating up on us a little bit to our right. Hang on, I got a decision I got to make in the Zenith. I think King 6 is probably too light to call off with, even at this stage. Right, so we got the Comet Nano that we're playing here, that we are 12 of 18 in, with 9 places getting paid. We have the Falling Star Bounty, which we're on the... we are now in the money, guaranteed 129 as a minimum buy-in for that. We have got the Abyss Nano, 55-cent buy-in with a €20 guarantee. And we've just late regged into the Zenith, where we doubled up and we still only had 15 big blinds. It is a shove fest, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to try to isolate with our 4s here and get it in. This is probably a really loose move, but we just don't have the time to be waiting around for hands to play with. We're on the button. We've got position. We're probably never getting a fold from S340. But yeah, we could find, ooh. Yeah, well, I sort of knew that was going to be, that could end badly. But hey, so we're done in the Zenith. Pretty much knew that was going to be one of those ones that either we got lucky and doubled up in a bunch of times, or we quickly ended up going broken, and it was the latter. Alrighty, so we're done with that one. Still playing the Abyss, still playing the Falling Star, which we're now in the money in. And we are still playing the Comet Nano. We have just raised under the gun into our good buddy Boris's big blind. Maybe not the smartest thing in the world, but we do have Ace King. So I'm okay with our move. Got called behind by Yave and by Boris. We're going to assume we have the best hand with our Ace King, and we're going to c-bet. Going to check call for pot control Although we still actually haven't hit this. Ace-king can still be the best hand here. I think we're going to check call once again. I mean, sure, he could hit when the jack pairs. If he doesn't have the jack, he's not betting anything for value except the jack. So he's just turned this into a small bluff. And he's got the jack, of course. So for a short little while, we had 4 games going. We now only have 3 again because we got just busted out of the... But hey, just for old time's sake, I know we're a little bit above the bankroll level on this one now, but let's, just for old time's sake, let's jump on our old friend, the Titan Nano. Not quite at the level that I think we can throw 10 euros into the actual Titan, but we're actually not far off of considering the actual Titan to be a high roller event for us. No, that actually we're quite a ways off because it's a rebuy add-on. So yeah, we're actually looking at that as a $30 or $40 euro buy-in if we go into the big one. So, but let's go into the little guy again. Our old friend, the Titan Nano. I must admit, one of the nice things about doing the Titan Nano now is that I'm a lot less concerned about firing a bunch of bullets into that puppy than I used to be. Not that I was ever really concerned about firing 10 cent bullets, but still, you know, it's one of those situations where if you think of it as a 10-cent tournament, you're going to be disappointed because it's worth a lot more than 10 cents usually. So I'm going to quickly fire a second bullet in there and give myself a 20k stack because I like to do that. We are going to shove a Queen 10 in, no we aren't, we're too early a position to shove Queen 10 on the falling star, so I apologize for getting your hopes up there. Let's actually go to the falling star to watch that because we are in the money and we're a last place, so we're going to be getting our chips in here pretty quick. And either doubling up or going home with min cash. Well, I guess I'm not going to rebuy immediately in the Titan because let's get that up on the screen. So yeah, that is the Titan Nano. And let's make sure that the title is correct for that, which is a 20 euro guarantee. Titan Nano, which is a 0.1 buy-in, 1x bullets. Alrighty, we got the Titan Nano up and going. We were going to fire a second bullet in there right away, but we won a pot, so we got more than 10,000 chips, which means we can't actually fire a second bullet anymore. So let's try to run up our one stack, and let's try to win this puppy off of a single. Well, you never win this puppy off of a single stack. You always win it off of 2 because there's always an add-on. And you're never going to not throw the add-on on. I think that just seems like the wrong thing to do. So we got somebody in the abyss. Hang on here. Yeah, ended up folding second pair there. I timed out. I don't know. I need to find a hand to get my chips in with in the falling star. Life is getting pretty desperate over there. If it folds to me, this might be the hand. Not real thrilled with that 3, but trouble is I don't have any fold equity anymore at the moment, especially not as people come into the pot, so I don't really think I've got. I mean, I can still shove that obviously, and it's a chance to get like a triple or a quadruple up. But it's also pretty. The odds are higher that you're going to end up out of the tournament when you do that than they are that you're going to get your triple or your quadruple up. I mean, that said, obviously I'm at a point where I don't have a whole lot of choices coming up soon, and we would have hit the straight, so, you know. Funny. Yeah, I'm done in the, as you saw, I'm done in the abyss as well. Might not have come up on stream yet, but I think it has. I jumped into the Titan Nano. I have just shoved the abyss. Sorry, that was the zenith. I mean that I busted. I busted the zenith, not the. I just put in an overshove in the abyss and collected a raise and a call after an isolation shove. I am all in with 8s in the falling star. I'm expecting to get called off quite widely, given that it's bounty and people are looking for my tiny little bounty here. So we could triple this up. We'll see. Yes, Binkage. We get the triple up. We get the triple up. Still alive. Although hilariously, our triple up gives us 15 big blinds. And yeah, well, we're not the bottom stack anymore. So hey, I guess that's a bonus. I guess that's a bonus. Potentially an interesting hand developing on the Comet. Nano table. It's been checked around on the flop. Now we've got a pot bet on the turn, which I think we're calling. I mean, we're still quite deep in this one, and while we're sort of bottom of the chip counts, we've still got like a crap load of big blinds in this situation. Even after we call here, I mean, it's a chunky call, no question, but I think that when the spade comes, we're in good shape. And the spade doesn't come, unfortunately, which is yeah, I wish Yave wasn't in this pot with us because I would shove this now, but against Psycho, I would probably shove this right now, but yeah. That was a pretty gross river for us. So we're back to the falling star table again, and we've flopped top pair with I called behind, and I think we're definitely calling this off now with our top pair and essentially 10 big blinds left over. And he hits this flush, and we are out in 27th place for 145. So 26th place for 145. Not a great result, but not a terrible result. As I have said before, any day you walk away from a poker table with more money than you started with is a good day in poker. May not be the best day in poker. Oh, well, that's a nice flop for our hand on the Titan Nano, or on the Comet Nano table. That is a very, would you say I hit that flop? I think I can safely say I hit that flop. There's only about one way I could hit that flop harder than I hit that flop, ladies and gentlemen. That's if that ace was a heart as well. But that's it's like jumping on the flop and then just kind of stomping on it. Now, of course, we are in trouble to 6-7 at this point, or a 5-6 at this point, but we're not expecting a 5-6 to be here at any point in time. So I think we're just slow playing this. I think we're just continuing to slow play this, especially against Boris, because we expect Boris to be like super aggressive on the river if he thinks he can bluff us off the pot, which he's going to think he can bluff us off the pot. Well, that is absolutely not the best card in the world for us. So we, rather than being able to sort of raise Boris for value, we're just going to have to check behind and hope that it didn't go horribly for us in the run out. Wow, we're pretty lucky that the hearts didn't come, unless it was the 6 of hearts, because we would have been in deep doo-doo to Psycho over there. Alrighty, so that was $145. Let's go add that to our bankroll tracker for the falling star bounty. 1.45. Profit's profit. So we're up 45 cents on that one. I was going to say we're up 45 cents on the day, but that's not even close to true because we are playing like €3.15 in buy-ins. So the fact that we just made 45 cents profit cuts into that a little bit, but we're still not making money for the day. That's for sure. Not yet. We will later. So I'm 14th to 14th in the comment, but again, this is that absurdly deep tournament. I'm last. The last place stack still has 40 big blinds in that tournament, so it's not like I'm terrified. It's not like anything else. This is one of those spots where I fully expect. Oh, right, I got people in chat now. I was asking this earlier. Flip Like Lanny. We were talking about the player with Flip Like Lanny as their name the other day in chat, and I don't remember who we were talking about, and I should remember who we were talking about since they're sitting on my left on the comment table now. So if you can let me know in chat. Yeah, that's quite the that was quite the flop on that one for me for sure. That one was it's like if you want to know how you can hit a flop, but then the run out is just the grossest thing in the world. I mean, I'm like I want to slow play here. I want to slow play so badly here, and then the turn is like, oh well, that's kind of slightly gross, and then the river is just like, oh great. I mean, yeah, suddenly, how do you make a hand hit the flop that hard, and then look that weak by the river? Alrighty, so just a quick rundown on what we're playing now. Got the Comet Nano running here. We've got the Abyss Nano still running here, where we're 6 of 13 with 6 places getting paid. And we got the Titan Nano. So far we're in for 1x bullets. We were going to buy in for a second bullet, but then we won our first hand. So we were above 10,000 chips, and we're not allowed to rebuy. It's cool. Happy to save 10 cents. Let's see if we can't spin it up from one stack. Hey, Knight. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yes, so please, guys, let me know in chat. Let me know in chat who it was we were talking about when we were talking about Flip Like Lanny yesterday or the other day in chat. Because I know we were talking about I know we were talking about someone who used Flip Like Lanny as their username. And I want to know who it is sitting on my left. Damn it. in the comment. Got some new Ace-8 under the gun. I think that's a little weak to be opening in Comet at this stage, probably. So we got 5 to go to the money. We got a hand developing in the Titan that you should probably have a look at. Yeah, we are down. We could kick in the rebuy now, but let's play this hand out and see where we end up after this hand. I like having a pair of kings in position against someone whose name is all in pre-flop or a lean pre-flop. I'm not unhappy with. Oh no, they were in. Sorry, I need to pay more attention to where the button and shit is because they're actually have position on me. Even still, I'm actually not that unhappy to have somebody with that name in this pot with me when I have kings. We take it down, so still we cannot rebuy. Not that we're really necessarily thrilled about spending another 10 cents. We don't need to. If we don't need to, we don't need to. Gonna fold the ace-9 out of position. That's probably a tight nitty fold, but being out of position, I think we can. Don't really need to get involved with weak ace rags. On the Titan table, if you look at the player to my left, we have Flip Like Lanny or Flip Like Ianny. Yeah, I think it may have been with Piano Cat. I think it may have been Piano Cat who mentioned that it was. And for some reason, my brain wants to say that we were talking about Math from C, possibly. But I'm not 100%. I'm not 100% sure. I just know I remember that we talked about a player who had put Flip Like Lanny or Flip Like Ianny as their username. Hello, 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 and welcome to the stream. Everybody, looks like we got a few viewers. Nice to see. Say hello in chat if you're just fresh here. Click the follow button if you want information about when we're going to be streaming again. Oh my God. What the hell? What? Well, I mean, live cards, right? He's playing with live cards, so it's yeah, yeah. It's one of the that's one of the problems with playing against or playing with people who don't necessarily know what they're supposed to do. That is precisely the problem. They don't necessarily know what they're supposed to do. And that while that is very beneficial for us in a lot of the spots, there are spots where it just crushes us because things happen that we just don't expect should ever happen. I was a buddy of mine, a good friend of mine from we're good acquaintances for sure. I've covered him a few times at poker tournaments. We've drank some beer together. We've had some fun. So I'm watching a stream last night. Ryan Schoenberg. He just got signed to Party Poker. Actually, he's one of the new Canadian streamers that got signed to Party Poker. And I was watching a stream last night, and he had a hand that that somebody clipped from his channel that he was playing. And I mean, we're talking actually, he's playing for real money here. I think it was like a $55 tournament that they were in, or no, it's even higher than that. It was a big one. It was like a really big tournament. And he put in a bluff with Queen 10 on the river, and he got called by a Jack 4 that had no connection to the board whatsoever. And looking at the expression on his face, the expression of confusion on his face as he's trying to figure out what the hell just happened to him, it's hilarious. I mean, he wins the pot, so it wasn't like a huge deal for him, but it was just one of the spots where, you're just like, why am I getting these chips? Why are you giving me these chips? What the hell just happened, dude? I need to find the clip for that actually, and even though it's advertising somebody else's channel, I would love to put it on here because it was the expression on his face is just like, it's like, what are, yeah. But anyways, you should check. I don't know. Again, he streams actually a lot during the day, so you might actually catch him in your evenings at the start of his day. So that's Ryan Schoenbert, R. Schoenbert on here on Twitch. Let me find the. Let me find his link. All of a sudden, I've got hands on all three tables that I have to play. We got ace on the Comet. We have got ace queen on the Abyss, and we have got queen on the Titan Nano. So we got hands all over the place. So I will get back to Ryan's link here shortly. We put raises in on all of these tables, and we're putting c-bets in on all of these tables, I think. Oh, lovely. We get to see another one where we got aces, and we got two queens on the flop. This is gross. Let's go over to this one because we just got raised again. Or no, we didn't, actually. But we did get called. So let's go back to this one. Because we're in a situation, once again, where we have aces, there's two queens on the flop, and we're getting called, which means somebody's hit this queen, maybe. Oh, good, we take it on the... That would be gross if in the same tournament we lost twice with aces when queen came on the flop. That would be a pretty gross situation. Yeah, it's crazy in a €25 buy-in. I mean, that's just it's just absurd. Holy crap, we are getting hands out the wazoo. We got aces now on the Abyss table. Nothing on the other two, so we're not triple tabling again. But we got the stuff happening. Gonna definitely be putting in a raise here with our aces. Let's do a quick look here at doesn't look like he's live at the moment. Let's put in our raise here with that, and let's do a quick search for our Schoenbart. There we go. There we go. So yeah, check out our Schoenbart. Got some binkage on the Titan table. Somebody shoved on us. We called off with threes, and the threes held. So we are up to 16,000 chips in the Titan Nano. We were going to rebuy to get 20,000 off the start, but we didn't because we won our first hand. And we have not had the opportunity to fire a second bullet into I have not had the opportunity to fire a second bullet into that one. Holy crap, ladies and gentlemen, we are just getting the cards today. So we're all in on the Comet. Obviously, we're all in the Comet. We're never folding that there when we get shoved into, oh, King. Oh, what a cooler. What a cooler for Boris. What a cooler for Boris. I mean, the funny thing is Boris has been so active that I was expecting my aces to be like crushing him at that point. I did seeing a cooler there was quite surprising. So that puts us 4 of 13. We got 4 to go till the money, 9 getting paid in that one. We are 2 away from the cash in the Abyss Nano, and we're on the bubble spot right now. Actually, we're on the min cash spot right now. We would not be the bubble boy. We would be the min casher if they just handed out the prizes as the chips were sitting now. Yeah, 6 of 8 with 6 places getting paid. The Titan is still early days, but we are 25 of 60 in the Titan Nano. One buy-in. Of course, we'll always fire at least 2 buy-ins into the Nano because even if we don't have to rebuy or add on to our stack, we are absolutely always going to do the add-on when it comes around to it at the end of registration period. So you always want to add those extra 20,000 chips on. Anybody who does not should not be playing poker. Here's the thing: if you're playing in a rebuy add-on tournament, you can justify going to the tournament without enough money to rebuy into the tournament. However, you can never justify going to that tournament without enough money to pay the add-on. Don't play it. If you can't afford to buy into the tournament and pay the add-on, don't play the tournament. I could totally see if you think you've got skill sets to be able to run through on one bullet. With the reminder that being rebuy tournaments, they're going to be a little bit more spewy at times, but never, always buy the add-on, ladies and gentlemen. Always buy the add-on. If I'm talking out of my ass, you guys let me know in chat, please, because you certainly I certainly respect your opinions more than mine necessarily. In these, I think you guys are more experienced than I am sometimes, but I think that anybody who comes into one of these things and does not buy the add-on is an absolute idiot who should not be playing poker. Well, actually, I mean, actually play poker play poker against me, because then I'm going to be able to take your money if you're stupid enough not to buy not to buy the atom. So picked up a pair of jacks in the abyss. We're getting action. We get a call on the button. And I think we are just going to put in a shove to push him off and take it down at this point. We're not hugely upset with the call there. Obviously, jacks is one of those kind of iffy spots where it's like, hey, maybe. And being that we're sitting 5 of 8 right now, and we're so close to the bubble, that was maybe an unnecessary place to shove. But I also think I get myself into a lot more difficult spots post flop if I just raise small and he calls there than when I shove. So that 8 was probably those 8s is probably, I don't know. Let me know if you think those 8s were a call there or not in that spot. I'd rather be shoving those 8s than I would be calling off with those 8s because, got to think that there's a good chance that I'm calling into overcards at the very least. So yeah, Ryan just got signed on to the growing new party poker team, which I have to admit seems to be filling up with a lot of people from right around the area where I am ever since Jamie Staples took over the job of organizing the team. And I mean, I get it. He's filling it with people that he knows and knows what their work ethic is and knows what their poker ethic is. So yeah, I mean, so I totally get that. And it's really nice as a Canadian poker player. It's really nice to see some of the local talent around me get some recognition as well. It's been a cool ride to watch people like Jamie and Kevin kind of do their thing, and it'll be cool to watch people like Ryan take it off as well. So Ryan's been full-time streaming for ages. Actually, he's been full-time streaming for like a year now already, just on his own. And somebody's finally recognizing him for the effort he's put in, so that's kind of nice from his perspective. But yeah, he's a pretty good guy. So if you guys are looking for, he actually plays a lot of mixed games as well. And it's interesting. One of the interesting things about the party contracts apparently is that they're not making them be exclusive at all. Ryan, I was chatting with Ryan last night on a stream, and he says, yeah, I can still go over to Stars and play the mixed games that I like to play over there. And he can play on any of the sites. So I thought that was kind of interesting. That it seems like Unibet was the same way. Ian was saying that Eni was saying that he can play anywhere he wants now, as a way of growing the stream and as a way of growing support for poker in general. And I think it's a great idea. And it seems like PokerStars is the only one left that's really kind of forcing that exclusive arrangement on people. And it just doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. I mean, I understand that in the grand scheme of things, you're competitors with the other poker sites. But in the much grander scheme of things, there is one poker ecosystem in this world that we all feed into at some level or another. And there should be some there should be some ability to move past the corporate competition between competing brands and recognize that you're all working with a single market at the end of the day. But maybe I'm just a hopeless romantic who's shouldn't be so immature and naive. Let me see if I can find that clip I was talking about. Let me see if I can find that Ryan Schoenbart clip I was talking about. Let's go to your clips, dude. Have a look at your clips. Is this the one? Yeah, this is the one. This is the one. Yeah, okay, so let's have a quick look at I mean, what the heck? Let's see which one we got for. I think it's gonna be. No, it's not gonna be that. Where's my Firefox? There's my Firefox. Alrighty, so check this out, guys. This is one of the sickest hands you will ever see, I think. Oh no, there's no sound. Wait a second, why isn't there no sound? Oh. Let me start this at the beginning. There we go. Oh, you guys still aren't getting the sound, I don't think. Okay, let me copy. I'll copy and paste. It's not going to work that we're watching it on stream, so that's cool. Okay, I will copy paste the link into chat. Oh, I think I'm calling Boris off here. Yep. I thought I was calling Boris off there. Pretty sure. So we're still 2 away from the money in the Abyss Nano. I am 8 of 8 now with something like 20 big blinds. Oh God, not even. So something like 10 big blinds. Wonder why the sound didn't pick up when I tried to play that clip. Should have come through on my default desktop sound, I would have thought, but it didn't, weirdly. Oh, nothing's coming through on my sound. Well, that's weird. You're not getting any desktop sounds from me. You're just getting my voice. I think that's weird. There, that's working better. Coming up on another break shortly. We are still playing the Titan Nano. We're still playing the Abyss Nano. We're still playing the Comet Nano. We min-cast in the Falling Star Bounty, and we busted the €1 Zenith. I don't think I reflected my bust of the Zenith in. I did not. Let's put a big fat 0 in the win column of the Zenith. So far has not been the most successful day in the world. Hasn't been the least successful day in the world either. Could be better, could be worse. Still fairly happy in the Titan Nano with more than a single stack that we bought in for. We are 3 off the money in the Comet Nano, sitting 5 of 12 with 9 people getting paid. Excuse me, sorry for a cough in your ear there. We are in the money on the Abyss. Let's have a quick look at the Abyss. Since I have got 4s, we're in the money, and I am shoving my 8 big blind stack. And we are out of the Abyss. We min-cast the Abyss. Looks like it's a min-cast sort of day for us today. So that's a 1.06 min-cash in the Abyss. So we flop top pair in the Titan. We are on break when this hand ends. Ooh, congrats! Go for it on in the 600. I didn't enter that one. That one's a bit high on my bankroll. Bit high on my bankroll list. But good luck in that, dude. So we picked up a small pot there at the end. We're going to go on a quick break, and I'll be back shortly.
Let's join the tea. Go, bye-bye. May I have a cookie? Nice, Mommy. Let's talk and talk and talk.
This is Mattel's family of Chatty dolls. Chatty Cathy, Chatty Baby, Tiny Chatty Baby, and Tiny Chatty Brother. And this is Mattel's Charmin' Chatty. She's different because she has a different personality for each of the 5 records you can change. So she can say over 100 things.
The amo means I love you.
Mattel's wonderful Chatty dolls. Which one do you want? You can tell they're Mattel. They're swell.
Hi, I'm Poppin' Fresh, the Pillsbury Doughboy.
Hi.
Out of cookies? Let's make some.
Hey, those are chocolate chip cookies, my favorite.
Now, if you'll do the slicing, we'll do the baking. While they're cooling, let's sing a song. Oh, a house smells so nice when you bake in the oven. A warm kind of smell when you bake in the oven.
Dozens of lovin' like something from the oven.
And Pillsbury says it best. Now for those cookies.
These look good. You're wonderful.
Oh, home-baked chocolate chip cookies, fresh in the dairy case. And Pillsbury says it best.
I'm painting toys for girls and boys. Hurry up, Donald. I'm a clown.
Get your Mickey or Donald toy filled with puppets, new super-tasting caramel cereal.
Happy poppin' puppets. New super tasting caramel cereal.
Have fun with your puppet toys. Play with them. Use them for banks. Put on a circus. Sleep with them. Eat with them.
Happy poppin' puppets. New super tasting caramel cereal. Caramel peppy, caramel poppin'.
Mickey and Donald. Take your pick. Take both.
Happy.
You've got lots of friends. And some of your friends are dolls. But Barbie's the doll with lots of friends of her own. They're Stacy and Christy.
What's playing at the cinema? Shall we go? Let's go shopping with Barbie.
There's Skipper and her new twist and turn friends, Francie and Casey. Sure, dolls are fun.
I love being a fashion model.
And friends are the best thing in the world. Now, if you have Barbie and her friends at your house, you've got some new friends.
Alrighty, we are back. Didn't realize those commercials ended so quickly on that one. That's interesting. We're down to 2 tables at the moment. We've got the Comet Nano and the Titan Nano. I notice Mathram is streaming over as well. I was just checking out his channel. If he was the one we were talking about playing Flip Like Alani, he's not playing that character now, obviously. And he's just in sit and goes at the moment, so unless he's not showing this one on his screen and he's under a different name, but
And solar. Maybe I should jump in some sitting goes, Eldon.
Sure.
Yeah, do that. They're fun. But I'm gonna stop off these ones, so I'm not gonna join any new ones.
just check it out. Check it out, Bathroom's channel. I'll mute that so it doesn't go in your guys' ears twice, because I'm sure you're over listening to him already. I have played one sit and go here on. Didn't go very well for me, but it was also the first one I played, so it was one of those situations where I wasn't really sure what the format and the structure and stuff was. So I think I'll play a few more. I feel a lot more comfortable. I was pretty uncomfortable at the time firing €1. That was pretty high buy-in for me at the time. So now I'm quite a bit more comfortable firing €1 into things. I'm doing it pretty freely these days. So what else have we got running that we might want to enter? There is the Sputnik Nano. We might enter. What else we got? Oh, we got Gargle Blaster. We got Gargle Blaster again. Let's do the Gargle Blaster again. Let's do the Gargle Blaster again. So we now have the Gargle Blaster in spot 2. And let's get that name correct. The Gargle Blaster is a €20 guarantee. This is a Gargle Blaster is a .35. .35 buy-in. Save. And that gives us Gargle Blaster as well. Came second on the Gargle Blaster the other day, if you remember correctly. It was a lot of fun. The Gargle is another one of these relatively fast structures, though, so you either do really well in it or you bust pretty quickly a lot of the time. Got a hand developing on the Titan Nano. We raised pre, and we've just backed into our crappy straight. So I think we're still going to keep valuing, especially Dito Dodo has been fairly active in here. We're probably checking behind at this point. We don't need to necessarily put more chips at risk for value. And there's probably not a lot of value hands that we're getting called by, because any 10's ahead of us still at this point. Obviously would have preferred to have completed our flush down there rather than our straight, but got a pair of 10s on the Gargle Blaster table that we just kicked up on. Called in position to slow play this puppy a little bit. Definitely going to bet this flop if it checks to me. Pretty certain going to call. Certainly going to call here. Is this a rebuy or is this a... Gargle Blaster is a freeze out. Okay. Okay, let's... So we rivered our set. Somewhat flushy board with the spades. A somewhat straighty board with the 5, 6, 8, 10. But I don't think we're ever folding here. I mean, that would be just absurd, I think. The question is whether we think we can raise for value with our 10 here. The 10 does complete some of the straight draws. The 10 does complete some of the straight draws. I think we're just going to call. We almost certainly get value out of those sixes, but that's going to be a hand that shows up there pretty infrequently, I think. Oh, we got some extra viewers. Looks like we're up to hadn't been looking at my viewer count there. We're up to 10 viewers. So hello everybody. Welcome to the stream. My name is Elron66 or Lyle Bateman, depending on what part of the internet and or the real world you happen to know me from. You might also know me as Elron Steele and or Elron Priestman, depending again on what part of the internet and or real world you happen to know me from. So welcome to my stream. Click the follow button down below if you haven't already followed me. Say hello in chat. Feel free to ask questions. Feel free to criticize my play. Feel free to compliment my play if you wish. We're basically running a free roll challenge where I started from zero. I did not make a deposit here on Unibet. I created an account and started in free rolls and rolled up my stack to currently we are sitting at 109 euros and 1 cent from zero. Let's actually throw that into chat for a second. Yeah, so the link in the challenge text goes to my tracking spreadsheet on Google Sheet that lets you guys see the graph in real time and a little bit bigger. It's I mean obviously on stream here it's a little bit hard to read my little graph there. It also gives you all the data that feeds into the back of that. As I mentioned earlier as well, you will notice that it says I created my account on November 27th, which is true. You'll notice that my bankroll tracker doesn't start until sometime around December 20th. Rest assured, everything before that was all just pennies here and there, and that was really when I started to actually build a roll. So I figured it might be worth tracking at that point where we were and how we got there. So It's not really much extra, and the number that shows up on my bankroll tracker is within 10 cents of the number that shows up on my bankroll in Unibet. So let's have a quick run through of where we're at and what we're playing at this point. We have got the Titan Nano. We are 1 bullet in so far. The add-on period will be coming up in about 20 minutes for that one. So it looks like we're only going to fire 1 bullet plus the add-on into this one. Who knows? We'll see what happens between now and then, but we'll go from there. We are also playing the Gargle Blaster Nano that we just bought into now. And we are still grinding the absurdly deep Comet Nano, where we are sitting 6 of 12 with 9 places getting paid, and we are been on this. We've been close to the bubble for ages in this tournament, for like an hour. But that's just the Comet, right? That is just the Comet. And we're sitting under the gun with Ace Queen, and we're going to be betting into Boris, who is a bit spewy, to be polite about it. I mean, here's the problem with me doing what I did, is that I see Boris betting into me and reshoving a lot. So I'm going to do a delayed C-bet and or call his bet on the flop if it's not, or on the turn if it's not too absurd. Alrighty, so we might be rebuying in the Titan, and I'll show you why, because I'm about to call off with 9s. Binkage! Binkage! Alrighty, so we got a stack building in the Titan. We have got a stack building in the Titan, ladies and gentlemen. So the problem with that hand against Boris there was that I checked behind on the flop. I should have just c-bet the flop, although he's almost certainly coming along with me given his spewy nature before and given the hand that he had. It's just unfortunate that he gets there. I'll go easy on you if I can, Addy. The question is, where am I playing against you? I don't see Addy on any of my tables. Are you flipped like Lanny? You're not flipped like Lanny, are you? I was wondering who flipped like Lanny was. That's not you, is it? Is that you trying to hold on the Comet? You're not Boris, are you? If you're Boris, I've been slagging you all day. If you're Boris. If you're Boris, I've been slagging you all day, dude. I hope you're not Boris. We're down to 11 remaining in the comment. 2 left to go until the money. I am 7th after we lost that small pot to Boris. I'm going to set mine with my 5s here. We're not... let's get it back to that table. I'm going to set mine with my 5s here. Because you have been using a username that's like very close to Addy, that's very close to the name you used there, if not the exact same thing. So it's easy to find you before. It's a little harder to find you today. But I remember we were talking about somebody who was using their username as Flip Like Lanny, so it might maybe that's you. Maybe it was you that we were talking about. But it seemed to me we were talking about somebody else, actually. Hey, Mathram, thank you very much, dude. Thank you very much for the host. Thank you so much for the host, buddy. I much appreciate that. We are hand for hand in the comments. Robot, hello. Welcome, Robot. Welcome, Robot. Hey, I got your name right today. I got your name right today. Thank you for the luck. Thank you for the luck. And thank you so much for the host there, Mathram C. Much obliged. I appreciate all of the support I get. I've also got a lot of you on my. Unfortunately, at times when I'm asleep, I'm hoping that I've got most of you guys on my auto host list as well. So you'll be hosting very soon. Thank you so much for the follow evisceration, and yeah, the graph is pretty absurd actually. I tweeted out a little while ago with the picture of this graph saying that I keep staring at this absurd bankroll graph, wondering when Mr. Variance is going to come along with a whack-a-mole mallet and an evil smile and start whacking me across the head, because it's been a pretty sick run so far. It has been a pretty sick run so far. Okay, you were opposite me in the Gargle Blaster. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay, and then we got moved. Going pretty well today, MV. Thank you for popping by. It's good to see you here as well. Good to see everybody here. As a matter of fact, I love to have the support. Love to see everybody here. Poker's going pretty well tonight. I have min-cast 2 events, which is never the thing that you're after, but it's never a terrible result either. I busted out of the so I've min cashed a Falling Star bounty event with no bounties. Not the best result in the world, but not a terrible result either. I have min cashed the Abyss Nano. I busted out of the €1 Zenith, and we are on the money bubble in the Comet Nano at the moment, and the final table bubble at the same time. We are playing the Gargle, the €20 Gargle Blaster, and we are also playing the €20 Titan Nano. So it's been a pretty good day. It's been a pretty good day. The most absurd part of that bankroll graph, of course, was Saturday, when I literally, not quite, within €3, doubled my bankroll, thanks to David's Stream League on Saturday. Ridiculously sick run I had then, and I expect it will be it will be many weeks before I'm able to repeat any sort of a run like that. It was I was running like a god in that Stream League. Night Shopper, that's going to be really confusing if you're playing with a username that's Antman_B. That's going to be really confusing. I know that's not what you meant, but... So, I don't actually have a money goal in mind for the bankroll challenge specifically. The money on the that I'm running on the bankroll challenge, the whole point of when I started this, it wasn't a bankroll challenge. When I started this, it was actually let's free roll our way into a Unibet Open, specifically Sanea, because I started this in November. Now we didn't quite make it. We didn't quite win a ticket to Sanea. We're still looking now. We've rolled that forward to London. The point of the bankroll is it gives us euros to fire into qualifier events to get a to win ourselves a ticket to London. Now is the next one I'm going for. So the whole point of this is y'all are going to see me at one of these Unibet Open live events this year in 2019. That's what this is all about. And my challenge essentially is to free roll my way up, build a stack from zero, and move my way up into the stakes, and eventually be playing, have a roll that I can play the 10 and the 25 and even the €100 Supernova out of without too much of a worry. I mean, obviously the €100 Supernova is probably always going to be a high roller event for me, but you know, it'd certainly be nice to have a stack that I could play some of those out of. I'm the kind of person that, I mean, I could deposit on here if I wanted to, and if I blow my bankroll and it dies at some point, then I might just fire some money in to keep playing because I love the games here. So it's not like I'm only doing this because I'm free rolling it. I really do. I since I started playing here, it's the most fun poker I've had online in years. I have to say, the interface is great. The people I bet in the streams are great. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun to play here. So yeah, at the end of the day, there is no ultimate money goal for the bankroll challenge. My challenge is to run myself up to be able to play the bigger games here on Unibet, and to win myself a ticket to a Unibet Open live event at some point down the road. Davies, okay, I will, Davies, It looks like Davish in a Canadian to a Canadian mind, but one of the things that bugs me is, and this is especially true with Americans, they don't even make an effort to try to pronounce somebody's name right. It's like if you get somebody who comes over from Europe and their name is Piotr, the people in the U.S. won't even try to say it correctly. They'll be Peter. They'll call him Peter all the time. They won't even try to, even if he spells it out Piotr, they'll still call him. They'll still call him Peter. I at least make an effort. I want to be able to pronounce it correctly. Now I know I'm probably never going to be able to get it exactly right because of my accent, so I'm always going to have some issues with that. But I at least want to make an effort to get these right. So I appreciate you guys. Giving me the tips. Davies. So the flights. It's one of the reasons why I'm going to get slightly less value out of this ticket than the rest of you guys would. I'm going to have to pay probably to get to London. I'm looking at probably. Oh God, I think I have to fold to this bet from Dito. Yeah, I think I have to fold my tens. I'm probably looking at between $700 and $900 Canadian, which would be in the exchange rate that we're currently at, something like 500 euros to fly from Calgary to London. I haven't looked at prices for Malta, so I don't know, but European destinations are roughly the same, generally speaking, no matter where I'm going, because it's not that much different. Once you cross the ocean, whether you stop in London or whether you go the extra hour or two to Italy, for example, it's not that big of a deal. So the prices aren't that much different. So yeah, I'm probably gonna have to look at spending 500 euros to just to get to whatever event I book my ticket into. Thank you, Robot. I appreciate that advice, and that's actually one of the things I'm looking at. Those two euros to 10 seem, and I don't want this to come out the wrong way, but they seem pretty soft, frankly. And my win rate from 2 to 10 has been pretty high. Sadly, my win rate from 10 to 50 has been 0 so far. I've bubbled a couple of those now, but yeah. So that's really where I plan to. That's really where I plan to go. I was considering using. I won the 25 euro ticket from the Stream League on the weekend. Nice one, Addy. Good stuff. Yes, we're in the money in the Comet. I'm in the money in the 50-cent Comet. You're in the money in the 50 euro Comet, MVE. Congratulations. I am in the money now in the 50-cent Comet. Davies. I do want to make an effort. I know I'm never going to get it exactly right, but so yeah, I did win the 25 euro ticket from the Stream League, and I was thinking there is a 25 to 250. There is a qualifier for 25 euros that you can buy into to get to the 250 euro final. But I think the 10 to 50 actually makes more sense, because then it's then when I pay the 50, it's a 5 to 1 chance instead of a 10 to 1 chance. So good luck to everybody who's in the events today. Are you flip like Yini, MVE? Are you flip like Yini? Go, 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 buddy. This will be yet another cache that we get to record for the day. Good, cool, MV. I knew we'd been talking about somebody the other day, and I knew it was somebody that I knew from Ian's channel that we were talking about, who had given who was using that name. So I'm glad to finally. I couldn't remember who it was we were talking about though. So glad to know. Glad to know it was you. Glad to know it was you. Yeah, I think I don't have the bankroll to buy into a 10. You know, I've only got like 10 buy-ins for those, so that'd be way too aggressive for me. And frankly, I've been in 2 of those already from tickets, and I've bubbled both of them. So I'm clearly, well, I know the last one I just played it horribly. I was in MTT mode, not in satellite mode. And I like way overplayed a top pair situation. Just like horribly overplayed a top pair situation the last time I was in there. So I certainly could have played that one better. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to getting more 10 euro tickets. Because I think that 10 to 50 to 250 is the path to go. Ah, cool. Okay, good. Yeah, so we're on the same table together. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, it's weird. For some reason I use the buy-in usually when I'm talking about what tournament I'm in. So I'll say I'm in the 50 cent Comet. Rather than talking about the guarantee. But I guess we should talk about the prize pool instead of the buy-in. Oh yeah, that's a sick. Yeah, that is a lot. That is pretty high variance, Ant-Man. Yeah, that makes sense. So I definitely think at this point, I definitely think the 25 euro ticket that I've got is best used on an MTT, maybe a bounty. I'm not the best player in bounties, but I still think it gives me a chance to win more money than it would if I was just playing a singularity. And I think it's important for me, I think, to make sure that I'm not going into rebuy or add-on events because I don't have the extra 25 to put onto that. So I need to be careful that it's a singularity or a bounty event, I think, is what I need to go in on. Although I'm wondering maybe well, I guess it's an MTT ticket, so I couldn't use it as a sit and go. I was thinking of using it as a sit and go, but I couldn't actually use it as a sit and go because it's specifically for MTTs. So, but yeah. Alrighty, so we went 1 bullet in the Titan Nano, and we just hit the add-on period. So we've fired a second bullet into the Titan Nano now. And let's update our title with 2x bullets, including add-on. So that's the Titan Nano now. We've just added on to. Yeah, I love that alias MV. That's awesome. I'm jealous as hell that I wasn't the one that came up with that I wasn't the one that came up with that one. So we got a pair of 8s in the Comet, and we are going to be shoving into, unfortunately, our buddy MVE, our friend of the stream here. I think given the action in front especially, I think we're just shoving into this. And that should actually give MVE a chance to get away from this if he wants to try some ICM, because I could bust on this hand, you know, for all we know. So that was a good ICM fold there. It's a very good ICM fold there, MV, I think. You'll see that I had a pair of 8s there, so I wasn't trying to steal anything from anyone, really. Bubble time in the Ant-Man Solar. Does Ant-Man have a solar tournament named after him now? So we're back underway in the Titan Nano now, 27-61 with looks like 26 players getting paid. 25 players getting paid. 26 players getting paid. Looks like. That's a really big. That was a big field in the Titan today. Been small the last few times I played it. I'm surprised at the size of the field now. We must have. Well, no, it didn't cap the prize pool. It's still 20 euros. Still 20 euro prize pool here. But hasn't been a tremendous day for us so far today. We've min cashed a couple of tournaments. We busted one euro tournament. But it hasn't been a terrible day for us either. I mean, we're making money. We're taking more back than we pulled in. Yeah, no, I totally agree with you on that, MVE. I think it's so much fun to play here. I haven't cast anything out yet, and I don't plan to until I'm at a much higher bankroll level, frankly, because the point of this is to, I never got into this to, to kind of pull money out, really. I got into this to win my way into the one of the open events. So pretty much, and also the fact that it's free money at this point. So yeah, I mean, I guess if I was making the bankroll and were playing the game so that I was maybe able to pull a couple hundred a month out, I might do that as a way to, make some extra money. But at present, it's all going to go back into my attempts to get to a Unibet Open. I need to try that anti-solar tournament sometime. I've actually really enjoyed anti-tournaments when I've played them in other contexts. I especially like that so many people don't seem to understand that you're priced into almost every pot pre-flop when that happens, whether you're in the blinds or not. So there's a lot of wow! I just folded an open-ended straight draw there because I was not paying attention. MVE, thank you for the follow, buddy. Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated, much obliged, folks, for all the support I've been getting the last little while. I really appreciate it. The community is what really gets me here, and the thing that's really sort of kept me playing at Unibet, even when I've had bad days, or even when I've had, even when it's felt like it's been a bit of a grind, which it has at times. The fact that I'll go to somebody like Ian's stream and be able to joke around with really friendly people for the most part. Go to David's stream and be able to joke around with some really good friendly people. So yeah, the community and the friends is one of the reasons why I want to get to one of these Unibet Opens, is because I watch the Run It Up series quite a bit here, and I've got a lot of friends who work with the Run It Up group doing commentary and stuff. We are going to be shoving in the Comet with our Kings. And if there's any tournament series in the world that looks on a fun scale like the Run It Ups, it's the Unibet Open stuff. So I think they're the European version of the Run It Up series, or the Run It Up is the North American version of the Unibet, however you want to put it. So it looks like we are going to be racing against Kings. Kings against Kings. There you go. There you go, folks. Yeah, I know back in the early days when I first started playing on Unibet, I would get myself into spots that would just frustrate the living crap out of me. And it took me a while to figure out that I was putting myself in those spots to get. And you just sort of have to adjust your thinking when you're in the games where the people are just open shoving, 300 big blinds. You just have to get into the mindset where you're either going to fold everything but your massive hands, or you're going to put your money in when you think you're good and just walk away as a happy that's poker kind of situation, because you know that in those spots you're going to be best a lot of the time, and you're going to be doubling up and building big stacks a lot of the time. So there was a while where I wasn't doing really well in the nanos because I was like super, super scared about getting my money in these spots with like absurd hands that would run out on me. Because I would see that over and over again in free rolls and things like that. And I started to realize that it was just that I was scared. I had scared money, and I just needed to start putting those in. And when I did that, I was starting to do things like double up and triple up and quadruple up in the Titan and build 40, 50,000 chip stacks and so on. So yeah, it's a learning. It's a learning thing. Definitely instant it fold. Yeah, I think it's possible. I don't actually know what you guys are referring to when you talk about Mathram C's ability to read boards, but I've heard the joke a couple of times now. So apparently he's not so good at board reading. I don't actually know what incident you guys are talking about though when you talk about Mathram and board reading. And I'm pretty sure that, for the record, I'm pretty sure that I'm also butchering Mathram's, the pronunciation of Mathram's name as well. That strikes me as a name that probably should have a little bit more of a Dutch type inclination to it than I'm giving it, frankly. So yesterday was kind of a fun day. We got to watch me play an old mix game on rerun. It was a 25-game mix at full tilt, and that was just a load of fun. And one of the best highlights of that, I posted a highlight of this up on my highlights bit, was I had a hand where I spent the entire hand playing 5-card draw. I drew 1 into 2 pairs. I missed my full house draw, but I still had 2 pairs after the draw, so I value bet my 2 pairs. I got 2 folds, and it was only after the hand was over that I realized everybody else at the table was playing deuce to 7, not 5-card draw. And as I look back over the hand, and you look back to that, you actually realize that when you're playing draw games like that, the play actually looks very similar. So if I draw 1 into 2 pairs and then bet 2 pairs for value, if I think I'm playing 5-card draw, if everybody else at the table is playing deuce to 7 and they see me discard 1 and then bet for value after the draw, they all assume I hit a reasonably good 1 draw, and I'm now trying to get value out of the rest of the table. So weirdly, it actually works. We are all in the Gargle Blaster with aces against 5s, and we double up in the Gargle. We double up in the Gargle. Ant-Man banked it, so I have to say congratulations, Ant-Man, but I guess that also means I have to say commiserations to Night Shopper, because that means if you banked it, he didn't. So unfortunately, it's one of the problems when friends of the stream get heads up with each other, is that only one of them can win. Should have played this King Jack. Super Nitty fooled. Fair enough. So it's just basically the thing about math from a board reading is just that it's a general thing across the board that he never reads his boards properly. Gotcha. Well, I may be about to, as a new streamer. Of course, I don't have the video evidence built up yet, but I may be rivaling Mathram for that. Sweet MVE, good to see you. Oh yeah, I see you there on the table. I see you to my left. I see you there, buddy. Good luck. Still 8 remaining in the comment. I am the 8th place stack. We lost our good buddy MVE in 9th, but he got a nice min cash out of the deal. We've laddered up to 194 for our guaranteed payout, so pretty close to 4x on our buy-in. Not so terrible. This Gargle Blaster is definitely well, the description actually works out really well, being, being smashed in the head with a lemon wedge wrapped around a gold brick is pretty appropriate for the way this, because it goes by pretty quickly. It was the other day I was noticing it's like all of a sudden you're at the final table and you're like, holy crap, how did that happen? But Lost a few chips in the Titan, sitting 34-44 now, with 26 places getting paid. So we're a bit off the money on that one, but again, that's one of those ones where if you just kind of hang about, people with bigger stacks than you are going to bust out, and you can reap the benefit of that. I cash the Titan from the bottom stack position quite frequently, actually, and then I run it back up and go deep. So those things about ICM moves is it's important to pay attention to where you are and what's going on. You obviously can't call this off with a 10-6. He's been super aggressive since we stacked him with the aces there. So he's been pretty basically shoving every hand at this point. Bit frustrating, but what are you going to do? Cool. Didn't realize didn't realize it was that pricey. I was hoping to get into it at some point, but 3 years is a bit over my. I'd have to consider that a high roller. If I was going to play that one, I'd have to consider that a high roller. I know it's kind of funny for most people to think about when I talk about my high rollers being, you know, 2 and 3 euros and maybe a €5, and the 10 euro is like the super ultra high roller deal for me. But yeah, it's the way I go. I'm looking at a 30 to 50 buy-in range for my bankroll management. Slightly more aggressive than I would normally use. If I was playing my own money, I'd probably be looking at 100 buy-ins typically. But given that it's a free roll situation, and given that I'm playing with other people's money at this point, and given that my whole point is to free roll it into a ticket to the Unibet Open, I think that I can be a little bit more aggressive on my bankroll strategy. And at the end of the day, if I lose it all, if I go bust, I haven't actually gone bust. All I've done is ended up back at zero where I started, which, you know, is not that big of a deal. So I might even go to a little bit more aggressive than the 30 to 50. I might even go to something like 20, 25. So I might start playing. I mean, at this point, I might start thinking about playing €5 buy-ins. I think €5 should still be considered a high roller for me, but I think it's definitely something I should think about entering. A hand developing in the Titan. I think we're just going to check call and take the pot against a worse ace. That puts us into scoring position, although we're still relatively early, and it's going to be some time before we get into... Night, Rob. Robot, thanks for coming by. I guess we can call you Rob. Robert's wrong, but Rob could be short for robot. And we're off on another break. So let's do Brady ads number 2. Enjoy some ads from the actors in the Brady Bunch.
Suddenly, Barbie's moving, like you move. Suddenly, she's a new, living Barbie, moving more naturally, looking more lifelike than any other fashion doll. Suddenly, she's posing as though she's walking, running, bending, jumping, waving, holding, carrying, tumbling. Suddenly, she's a new, living Barbie, acting more like a real teenager than ever before. Suddenly, she's a new, living Barbie, wearing special new costumes more easily, more gracefully, and more glamorously. Suddenly, she's doing things only a living Barbie can do.
Wow, she's real like me.
She's the new, the one and only, the true living Barbie.
Have you heard what's happened? Barbie's changed. Barbie's new and different. She's the very same size, but now she comes with a groovy outdoor look. And Barbie's lashes are really for real. And even her face has changed. Best of all, the biggest news of all is the way Barbie moves. The new Barbie twists. The new Barbie turns. Wouldn't you like the new Barbie?
But what do I do with my old Barbie?
What do you do? Here's what you do. Just take your old Barbie before it's too late and run to the toy store. Then trade it to the man with $1.50 less than half what you normally pay. And look what you get. New Barbie for less than half price. But better hurry up. First come, first serve. There's a limited supply at this special low price, so take your old Barbie and $1.50 and trade them for the Barbie who's new.
Trade in your old Barbie today, while you can still get the new Barbie for less than half price.
Hello? Hi, Julie. Now listen, guess who's here to talk to you? I love being a fashion model. Who's that? That was my new talking Barbie. A talking Barbie? I'm going to come on over right now. Let's just see what she says this time. Would you like to go shopping? Stacy and I are having a tea. Who's Stacy? That's my other surprise. She's Barbie's new friend. She talks, too. Hello there. I'm called Stacy.
Now Barbie talks, and so does her new friend, Stacy. She comes from England. Barbie is the very same size she's always been. She and Stacy can even wear the same clothes. Mattel's new Talking Stacy
I think miniskirts are smashing.
and Talking Barbie
What shall I wear to the prom?
want to talk to you.
This is Cindy. She's new from Mark's Toys. Her hair is soft and easy to care for. Her skin is soft, too. And there are so many ways that you can move her. That's Cindy. And all these toys are what we call Cindy's World. There's a lot to choose from. Cindy can be a friend. Here's Cindy's bedroom set. Pretend she's your very own friend. Where shall you go next? What shall you do? This is Cindy's dining room set. She can be there with you. Sharing. And these are the things in Cindy's kitchen. Each piece is sold separately. And here's Cindy's music center. It has a real radio. 9-volt battery not included. Cindy and each toy are sold separately. Part of Cindy's World for Marks.
When you're hungry for a great candy bar, what do you think of?
Milky Way.
Milky Way.
Milky Way.
Milky Way.
A Milky Way bar, of course. Beat candy hunger with Milky Way. Milky Way, the greatest milk chocolate, a luscious chocolatey middle and creamy caramel. When you're hungry for a great candy bar, you think of Milky Way.
Milky Way.
Beat candy hunger with Milky Way.
And we are back. I know you guys over in Europe probably aren't as culturally infused with Brady Bunch as I am, being a North American. It was basically an inescapable part of my youth. And these ads are quite... Let's just say the quality of these ads that you've been seeing today with the Brady Bunch is very representative of the quality of the show that they were all involved in. Let's just leave it at that. Night Shopper, thanks for coming by. Thanks for coming by. Good game in the solar. And thanks for coming by and spending some time with us here. It's been great to see all the support coming in. I'm just a guy playing poker here, so it's nice to see all the support. Yeah, I wonder what happened to the Barbie trade-ins. You're right; they probably got melted down and turned into Green Army Man or something like that. I could just imagine this giant machine where truckloads worth full of Barbies are getting dumped in and melted down. Be like some horrific scene. I kind of like how we were able to move through all three of the girls in the doll commercials as well. Started off with the oldest girl still being young enough to be into the doll thing. Then we moved into the middle girl, and now we're doing the young one, Cindy. So. Yeah, the weird thing is the girls that played the kids in the Brady Bunch family did a lot more advertising than the boys did, and especially for toys. As you've sort of seen, the boys have tended to get food ads and things like that. It's not really; they haven't really been the ones, advertising the toys for boys for some weird reason. The girls were the ones that got their money in. So yeah, we flopped pretty good in the Titan Nano there with flop and 2 pair with our Jack 7 after we got a free flop in the big blind. I'm going to put in another value bet here. I think our Jack 7's always ahead here. I think he's going to be on diamonds a fair bit. I think he's going to be on things like Ace Jack. I think he's going to be on, of course, he was on diamonds. He just got there on us. But I still think we have to put the value bet in. Although this may have been turning my hand into a bit of a bluff. And I think we just have to call off here because we put the money in. So I think we just have to call it off. If he's got the diamonds, he's got the diamonds. Unfortunately, we're just giving up a bunch of chips. Oh, that is gross. That was very, very gross, ladies and gentlemen. We just got rivered. We just got rivered, folks. We just got rivered in a pretty brutal, disgusting fashion. And frankly, there is no way he should be reshoving that board with a set of 8s at that point. If he's calling, that's the best that he should be doing at that spot. And I'm not even sure he should be calling when he hits a set and the diamonds come in there with the way I've been playing that hand, frankly. That is bizarre. I'd love to see, actually, your guys' impressions on that one. Is going to be fun. Yeah, and that's all you can do, MV. I mean, all you can do is go, yeah, I made the right play, and just move on to the next hand, and trust the fact that even though it hurts more and you remember it more those times when they run out on you, try to remember and trust the fact that most of the time when that happens, you are taking their chips away and building yourself a nice big stack. So that's really what you just got to do, is walk away with that thought in your mind. Go, yep, you got me that time. Good for you, you got me that time. I'm not going to tell you, but most of the time, I'm taking your chips there, dude, and that's cool. That's cool. You got it this time. But yeah, it's frustrating and it's hard to do that. I am all in with a pair of deuces in the Gargle Blaster from the button. Got called, so we're definitely racing at best we're racing, and at worst we're crushed. And we are crushed. Oh no, we are not crushed. Yes, we are crushed. Yes, we are crushed. I thought for a second there we hit the straight flush, but no, we did not hit the straight flush. So we are done in the Gargle Blaster Nano. That was unfortunate. We did not cash in the Gargle Blaster Nano, but it's a pretty fast-paced, spewy sort of affair, anyways. I mean, shoving deuces there on the button maybe it's not necessary, but my other option is to fold, right? And I'm not sure folding deuces on the button there is necessarily the right move either. So yeah, we're going to be shoving the Titan here as well. 15 big blinds, or sorry, 10 big blinds roughly into there. We're ahead. We're not ahead anymore, and we are ahead now. Sweet. We hit the straight on the river. Hit the straight on the river. Got it like that. So we build our stack back up again in the Titan. We are in a caching position, I think, again, just barely, but we are in a caching position. And yeah, so we're set to roll on that one. So let's mark up our 0 in the Gargle Blaster. Oh, I didn't add the Gargle Blaster onto my sheet. Bad Lyle. Nano Gargle Blaster, 1 bullet, and we did not win anything in that one. Alrighty, we are all in again in the Titan. And I think you can see why, given the situation. That picks us up some more chips, which is always nice. At a spot where I could have potentially shoved in the Comet. I'm 6 of 6 in the Comet. We got 290 locked up there, but I've been sitting on the bottom stack for quite a while. But I still got 10 big blinds over there, more than 10 big blinds. It's getting starting to get to the point where I can't do much more folding, but it's a pretty lucky run out on the Titan we got there when we, of course, I mean, again, I say it was a lucky run out, but it was only we only had to get lucky because they hit the flop with their 10 when we were ahead of them pre-flop. So yeah, it's one of those situations where, yes, technically we sucked out by hitting straight on the river. They sucked out by hitting their 10 on the flop and going ahead of us. All in pre, we got our money in good. And I mean, I had a relatively chunky stack there, but it wasn't like I had a huge stack, right? It wasn't like I was, it was definitely something I had to get in. Big blind in the Comet. Check that back. I mean, I suppose there's some worlds where my king high is good here. And I think against a bet specifically from Pamo in that situation after the check around on with the big stack here, to check around on the flop. I mean, I think this is just taking a stab at the pot a lot of the time, so the king high could be very good there. But I don't think I really have the chips to be forcing the issue on that, and I don't think I'm going to be good often enough to do that. Oh, this could be one of those epic blow-ups when you get called, but I don't think I have any other choice, frankly. All right, so for all those people out there who say I play too nitty and I play too tight, there you go. There you go. I just shoved my tournament life in the Comet with 7-3, folks. Granted, it was small blind and a big blind, and you know all this stuff, but still. Actually, none of you guys really. I think you guys sort of understand the style I play. I get friendly jibes from a lot of the people that I play live with because I'm a lot nittier than most people. Most people are. But it's mostly friendly jibes because I'm not that good of a live tournament poker, or I'm not that good at live tournament poker, so they take my money a lot of the time. So they don't actually mind too much. So I'm going to call behind in position here. I certainly could try to isolate with a shove or something, but I actually think that Tommy's going to be relatively strong here a reasonable amount of the time. We are in the Comet. We are overshoving a pair of aces over a raise from our friend Boris, who is one of the big stacks at the table, and I'm sure he's going to call us off with King 5. Oh, and he hits 2 kings. Oh, how gross. How gross. We are out in 6th after. I'm unfortunately, I wish I had been showing that hand. I'm going to c-bet my pair of jacks here, I think. Or I'm going to bet my pair of jacks here. I wish I had that hand on the table. Basically, what happened was, well, actually, we can. No, I can't even because I didn't have the replay window open, so I can't even replay it for you. So yeah, we shoved aces. Boris opened under the gun with a raise. We shoved aces from 2 spots later. Action folded back around to Boris, who snapped us off with King 5, which is exactly what we expected Boris to do. Exactly what we expected Boris to do, which is why we shoved over top of his raise there. And we just hero called there as well. And life was going good. He did hit a king on the flop, but I'm like, yeah, it's a king. I've got aces. I don't really care, do I? Unfortunately, then the king came on the river as well, and that made life a little bit more ugly for us. And we're out of the... we are out of the Comet Nano in 6th place for 290. So 14 of 30 in the Titan Nano now. 4 players to go until we're in the money. That is the last tournament I am playing tonight, and I probably will not. Reg anymore for the time being. So I think we'll end the stream when we're done with the Titan Nano. Let's put that into our bankroll tracker. That means we are absolutely up for the day. What do we got in buy-ins so far today? I'm pretty sure we're up for the day. You guys will want to be watching this hand, I think. So you are. I'll get back to the buy-in calculation here shortly. Yeah, that's what we were hoping was going to happen when we checked here. I'm going to call behind. And that is awesome. We're snapping you off, buddy. Oh, gross. Gross, 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 gross. So we cashed out of the we basically busted the Titan Nano right afterwards for no money, which is essentially a bubble, and that was kind of a blow up. Yeah, I'd be curious to see what you guys' thoughts on that. I mean, obviously, I think given their action range, I'm going to expect to see clubs there fairly often, and I guess I'm going to expect them to get there fairly often. But I don't think I'm ever folding that, am I? I mean, I don't think I should ever be considering folding there. Maybe I shouldn't be slow playing it as much as I did, but be curious to see your guys's be curious to hear you guys' comments about that, as well as we go on. So I guess that means we are done for the day, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just do a quick tally. We definitely made money today because we started off with a bankroll of 109 something and we're now 111 something. So we definitely made money today. We did not crack our max bankroll, but that's cool. So we busted the Titan Nano with no money. So that means we made 145 plus 290 is 435. Plus 106 is 541. After we spent 210, 260, 360 in buy-ins. So we made a profit of roughly €2 today. Not terrible. Not great, but not terrible either. So thank you all for coming by and hanging out with me. I'm gonna hang out. I'm gonna finish the stream, but I'm gonna hang out on chat and find out what you guys think of the final hand. So thank you for coming by again. I'm gonna try to stream a lot this week. In part, I want to make sure that there's people around. If David wants to take some time off to rest his voice, I want to make sure there's people around streaming Unibet Poker. So I'm gonna stream a fair bit over the next few days, I think. So yeah, we'll catch you tomorrow, folks.